Marquette Transportation Company is one of the nation's leading providers of diversified, comprehensive marine transportation services.
The roots of Marquette is Marquette's River Division, where we operate line haul vessels between New Orleans and St. Paul on the Mississippi River. We also operate on the Illinois River as far as Chicago and on the Ohio River as far as Pittsburgh. This is where we operate our larger horsepower boats between the 4,000 and 9,000 horsepower category. That's the roots of the company, and the primary business there is moving dry bulk commodities. And the biggest sector for us is agriculture. We have strategic partnerships with some of the largest ag companies in the world, where we operate the entire deck of horsepower for them while they provide the barges and the freight. Marquette Gulf Inland, which is our second largest division, operates in a little bit of a different sector. They operate from New Orleans Gulf area, primarily west, towards Houston and on to Corpus, in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans. And the biggest part of their business is moving tank barge, moving liquid cargo. They are also a horsepower outsourcer. And finally, our Gulf Offshore Division, which is our smallest division, operates in the Gulf of Mexico and up the eastern seaboard, servicing primarily the dredging business.
Marquette's river, Gulf inland, and offshore fleets are among the newest in the industry and are regularly upgraded and refurbished to ensure safe, reliable transportation. They also provide a great work environment.
If someone is looking to get into the river industry and work on a line haul boat, Marquette is the premier place for them to look for a number of reasons. I think first off is that we are a horsepower provider. So our boats are our profit center. So when you're working on a Marquette boat, if you have the opportunity to work yourself up to mate or into the wheelhouse or into the engine room, you are part of the revenue stream for Marquette. Where at all the other river companies, or a majority of them, you are part of the cost center. I think that's a very important differentiation. So the highest quality people and the highest caliber employee on our boats is of utmost importance to us because it is where we drive our revenue and our profit from.
This was the first company I ever worked for. I never knew anything about the river, so when I started, I was a green guy. I didn't know anything about ratchets, wires, anything about barges, so it was all new to me.
When you first start off, you'll be assisting the mate doing tow work, keeping the boat clean, whatever it takes to keep the boat up and making sure the tows are all right, be outside tightening the tow and painting, sand and deck crawling, keeping your boat up.
It entails scrubbing toilets, doing things you don't want to do. You're the low man on the totem pole, but you got to work hard. And I was out there, I watched the mate, run the show and the deck crew and build tow, and I was like, wow, this is pretty interesting. It's something that I can see myself doing. I'm out here to, build a career, and I want to move up.
Coming to work at Marquette can provide an excellent career path that a lot of young individuals don't know about. You come in as a deckhand, and you can soon move up to a position at mate. And that may be as far as you want your career path to go. But we also have opportunities to move either into the wheelhouse or into the engine room.
There at the interview and the orientation, they were showing us some pictures and stuff. And I told the woman that was doing the hiring, I said, well, I want to go to the wheelhouse. And I said, my goal is going to be to get in the wheelhouse by the time I'm 25. I'm now 24, and I've been turned loose a year. So to know I've done it that quick, it's a great feeling.
Once I figured out I wanted to be in the wheelhouse, I set that goal, and that's what I did. Every year I would tell myself, you got to get to the wheelhouse, get to the wheelhouse. And I worked hard for it, and Marquette worked with me, and that's why I'm grateful to be here at Marquette, because they worked so hard with me and give me this opportunity, to be a pilot in the wheelhouse and make my life a whole lot better.
It took me about 2.5 years to go from deckhand to engineer. It changed my life tremendously. It feels great to be able to provide for my family back home.
To me, that's like the ultimate success story right there. You start and you're dedicated. I'm still working, and I'm making pretty good money, and I didn't even have to go to college to do it, and I don't have a whole lot of bills piled up on me, so.
At Marquette, we look for maritime job seekers who share our values and want to become part of our growing family. We offer great pay, health, dental and vision insurance, 401k plan with company match, safety incentives, holiday pay, and life insurance.
And we also provide a very flexible work schedule in most cases. Most companies are very regimented on a 30-30 schedule or a 30-15 schedule. Whereas at Marquette, we primarily service the agricultural business, which means that we have a lot of seasonality in our business, which gives us the ability to offer our employees a much more flexible work schedule than a lot of other companies.
Well, the pay is pretty great. That's on land, you're not going to make as much as they do on the river.
Marquette has very good benefits. I feel that it's a stable job. You know, the river industry is always going to be around. They're always going to be moving cargo.
One of the reasons Marquette is a leader in the marine transportation industry is its commitment to operating safely and efficiently at all times.
One of our primary values to our employees is safety.
Safety is #1 priority out here.
Safety is the #1 priority. We have safety meetings every Sunday, no matter what. The #1 thing is stay calm when anything happens. You get trained that, so it's gonna stick with you, and that helps not just on the river, but your everyday life at home too.
Starting out in the river industry can be a daunting experience at first, and some of our employees have some advice for those just getting started.
Out on the river, you're a jack of all trades. You're building tow, you're washing the boat, you know, you're making beds, you're keeping the inside of the boat clean. You got to treat it all equal.
Hygiene, keep your rooms clean. As far as trying to handle being gone from your family, especially if you're a family guy, you just got to keep in your mind or back of your head that I'm doing it for my family, and that's going to pretty much give you the energy you need to stay out there.
You know, in the back of your mind, just keep thinking that you're here for a reason. You're here to provide for your family, and it makes it all worth it in the end.
Get along with your crews and get along with the captains and the pilots.
You become a family. You know, you get close to some of these guys.
You want it to be like that because when you think of them as a family member, you actually look out for them more, you take care of them more, and everybody gets along a whole lot better. I know the cooks cook good and they will make sure you fed good, but man, try to push away from the table because sometimes these cooks like to cook some lot of sweets, man, and it gets me every time, so I try to push away from the table, but the food is good.
Since 1978, Marquette Transportation Company has been a leading provider of inland marine transportation in the industry. The future looks bright for one of the fastest growing companies in the marine industry. As you can see, there are many opportunities with Marquette. As with any job, it takes hard work, dedication, and the will to achieve the next level in your career. The rewards will certainly be worth it for you and your family in the future. If you're seeking a career, not just a job, Marquette is where you want to be.
I think one of the key things with Marquette is our roots are a family business, and even throughout our growth, we still like to feel like ourselves as a family business. Yes, we're a large company, and yes, we've got 135 boats and 1,500 plus employees, but we try to treat people like individuals.
With Marquette, you're not just a number. You know, when I was on the boat and I'd call my crew dispatcher, they knew who I was. They treat you like a person here. They've been great to me.
It's just a really great company. I mean, I'm here to stay, and I plan on making it a lifetime career.
Marquette's moving up and they're steady growing, and I wouldn't be nowhere else but Marquette.